Hey folks, John with Alternate Arms, your friend in less lethal self-defense. Now, y'all might notice that my studio's a mess. This is what happens when you leave Luke in charge for a couple weeks. Here we go. Guys, I feel like I really need to apologize to you. It has been a couple of weeks since I could crank out a video on my day job. For those of you that don't know, I've been in IT for a little over 40 years. For those of you who have seen the other channel, you probably guessed that. If you've seen the little retro game machines I build, you probably guessed that. But for those who didn't know, basically I'm traveling all over the country to set up and run events for people. Now, generally speaking, it's not overly difficult, it's just time consuming. So when I go out to do an event on, say, a Wednesday, it's gonna eat most of the week, which is exactly why I've been gone for so long. So hopefully there's nothing on the near horizon. I'll be able to get caught up again with you guys, and I do have a couple of really big videos to get across. But this is one that we had to finish up because the TC68's gotta go bye-bye. I don't want it to, and we have a pallet on order, but it's gonna have to go bye-bye. But before it does, I wanted to do one more thing with this bad boy for you and make sure that we're the first to do it. So, all right, guys, listen, I wanna drop one thing on here, and I want you guys, if you're new to the channel, you may not know this. If you are not new to the channel, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. No matter what less lethal that you use, no matter what it is, right? I don't care if you're using anything from a baseball bat all the way up to the greatest firearm ever made, right? At the end of the day, you are your primary self-defense item. Situational awareness counts. Now, you probably can guess I'm talking about that poor girl that was stabbed to death on that subway char, that train. Guys, no excuse. When you are in any situation, no matter where you go, no matter if they make you feel paranoid about it, look around and know what's around you at all times. Know who's around you, know what your escape routes are, and know what you're gonna do in any kind of a situation so you're prepared should it happen. And if you are on one of those trains, like that one, and you see this happening, don't just stand there and watch. Yeah, sorry, that's the guy in me, but I know a lot of you guys probably felt the same way when you watched that video. I watched it, I'm going, I see a couple men. Why are they sitting there allowing it to happen, right? So, yeah, heads up, if you can help people. I mean, we got to take care of each other, man. You see what happens if you don't. So, all right, back to it. So the TC68 is going back. As you guys know, this is one of their demo units. It was one of the ones that they shipped out here. There were 5 in the country, and they wanted it back because they have to get it back into inventory before the actual units start flowing in. I think at the end of the year, but I'm not 100% sure, and I will check that on you, but I have a bunch of them ordered because this could very quickly become one of my favorite launchers. Now, one of the things that we didn't do last time, I cannot believe I didn't think about this. By the way, yes, guys, we do still have the Scully M4 stands if you guys want one of those on the shop too. So, I noticed when I was looking at the magazines, and I'll get that up close so you guys can see that. See how that is actually a shaped round? Well, that's the one thing we didn't test. And the only thing I've got here for shaped rounds, well, I got 2. I've got some of the VXR pepper rounds, well, the fake pepper rounds, but I was looking at it and they are too wide for that portal, okay? So in other words, if you were to push that in, it's never coming out again. However, I'm just gonna do like 6 rounds, all right? Let's take this down. These are our BK Kinetics. Guys, I haven't found anything that'll fit in yet, so let's take a look at this. First thing I want to do, before we get too carried away with this, I want to unthread this barrel, and I want to make sure that these rounds are actually going to feed into this barrel and not just going to get lodged. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the front of it, set that right there, and let's just see if the round, oh yeah, and it's perfect. Dude, I tell you, I haven't found anything these don't fit yet. He's the only one I know that's actually making these too, which is really, really cool. I mean, Z-Ram, of course, has got some aluminum rounds, which I would not use in one of these just because, but these, magazine, just like that. Let me load in a few of these and see how they look in here. Let's put in, what do you think, 5 or 6? Let's see. I only wound it down about halfway, so let's do 5 or 6 because they are heavier. All right, 3, 4. Now, you know what we're going to do, right? Since Luke decided he was going to leave my office disheveled like this, What is the one thing that he hates when I do the most? Anybody? Oh, by the way, yes, for those wondering, there is an announcement on the Luke front. Yes, we have an addition to our alternate arms family. I'm gonna let him tell you all about it when he sees you. But what's the one thing he hates? When I blow holes in his cover. Well, if these rounds work, and we've got this cranked up to max, I don't know why it won't. Let's give it a shot. Now guys, you've seen this area before. I like to use this because I got a good catch area for rounds back there. But this is the same cover that we've been using, so you're talking about the 3/4 inch OSB, all right? So we're gonna take our round. As you can see, guys, we are at right about 2,000 PSI currently, which, by the way, has been there since the last test we did. So if anybody was wondering if you can actually leave these things gassed or degassed, you absolutely can. So, all right, magazine in. Let's see if we hear a feed. Now, since we're gonna gas it, I don't know if the first round is actually gonna come out with the first shot. We're gonna find out. Safety glasses on. Hey, YouTube, say it with me, guys. This is not a firearm. Here we go. All right. So right now, guys, we're standing at about, I'd say this is about 20 feet, so optimal. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna charge this here. Hear that click? All right, let's see if we can put one or two right through the wall. You know what, guys? Pause, hang on. Let's stop that for a second. I'm gonna put it back on safety. All right, one thing I wanna do, guys, just so we can see where I'm aiming, you see this black strip right here? That black strip's got a white area right here in the middle. That's where I'm aiming. So, just so you know, from back here. And I'm still firing open sight, so I have no idea what this is gonna do. All right, charging. There we go. And we're gonna do this on semi and firing. All right, let's take a look and see what we got here. All right, put her back on safety and taking her down. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yes, we did. All right, guys, so check it out. Now, it took us a couple rounds to get through at that range, but as you can see, hopefully you can see, yeah, right there. We went clean through the wall. There you go, all the way through. So, first shot hit it. Well, actually, you know what? I know why. That's a double piece of board. Nice. So you look at this one, see how thin that is? Right? That was from a previous shot. But that one is a double piece of board, two together. That's why it took us a couple shots to get through. But given the shape of the rounds, that's probably why it punctured a hole right through it too. Now, they did go through here, guys. Let me see if I can locate one of them that bounced, and I did. Look at that. That round is still in perfect shape. A little teeny dent on the tip. See that? Right on the tip. That's crazy. Dude, these, you know what? Back in the office. All right, guys, look. This launcher could very easily get to be on one of my top 10 favorite launchers ever. The way it works, the way it fires, I will tell you, shaped ammo is the way to go. That did not have a single issue at all, chambering over and over and over and over and over. You guys look, I went through my whole bag. I have like 3 left in there. So I'll have to get back with him and have him send me some more of these. Guys, these BK Kinetics are, how do I put this nicely? They're awesome. I have never had anything I've put these through that it didn't fire through. And you saw us fire it through the PTX Bullpup. You saw us fire it through a TC68. We've even fired it through the HDX, which nobody had ever done before. They are just really, really, really well made for 68 caliber launchers. So I wouldn't hesitate getting these guys. I got no dog in that fight, but I wouldn't hesitate getting those for a minute from him. They're awesome. They really are. So guys, this is going back to Umarex. The new shipments are going to be coming in shortly. When they get here, I promise you, I will have them in stock for you, along with any of the other upgrades and mods, although you know the box already comes with a ton of upgrades and mods right out of the box. But this, once again, probably will end up being one of my favorites. I have zero doubt about it. Zero doubt. So, guys, one last thing before we sign off. Tomorrow's video is a David and Goliath. All right. I know what you're going to say. Zip it. Zip. Stop. Stop it. Stop. The Byrna CL extended mag, 61 caliber. Now, we are going to use some of Glenn Conti's 61 caliber, I think he calls them Sentinel rounds or something like that. They're over there and I've got them and we're going to use them for this test. But since we're going small against small, we're going to put this against, yeah, I know what you're thinking, guys. Yes, David, Goliath. Now, I am suspecting that even though this is probably the lowest power launcher that has ever been released out of a box, well, with the exception of some of the T4E lines, and you can get pretty darn close on those with some mods, but I still don't think it's going to lose every category. I know. For a couple of reasons, and you guys can probably guess a couple of them, but I don't think it's going to lose everyone, but we know a couple that it will lose. But you know what? No, rubber hitting the road. We're putting them against each other. We want to see what to do. There's your David and Goliath. That's right. This is the video I'll be shooting tomorrow. So hopefully I'll be able to get it dropped for you tomorrow night or maybe on Friday. So I'll let you know. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It's so good to be back. I can't wait to crank out some more videos. And boy, do we have big plans for you guys. So, yeah. Oh, and if you ordered, orders are processing right now. I've got a stack that's going out today, and the last will go out tomorrow when Luke gets back and makes his announcement for you guys. I think you're going to like it. Have a great week, guys. Bye-bye.